Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening and for our presenters in the US this morning for this amazing webinar where we are going to be talking about study in Florida. My name is Wairimu Faith and I am the REAC for East and Central Africa. And I have amazing guests that are going to be talking to us about study Florida. I would like to let you know that we have Education USA advising centers all over sub-Saharan Africa, and we would like you to, just visit our website, www.educationusa.state.gov, and see where the Education USA office in your country is located, because we want to engage with you and we want to help you make your higher education in the US dream come true. So Education USA advisors are there. They help you, they give you accurate, current, and comprehensive information about studying in the United States. And we organize webinars such as this just to make sure that you're prepared and that you have all the information that you need. With me today, I have our Education USA advisor, and he is based in South Africa. His name is Nevolon. And Nevolon, kindly introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nevolon Reddy. I am the Education USA advisor in Johannesburg, South Africa. We have 4 centers in South Africa, Cape Town, Johannesburg, Pretoria, and Durban. And for more information, you can visit the Education USA website on educationusa.state.gov and find your local center. Thank you, Faith.
Thank you very much, Nevolon. So I'm going to ask Emily to introduce herself, and then Paula will introduce herself, and then we are going to have Dr. Cannell introduce himself finally. You're welcome, Emily.
Hi, yes, my name is Emily Maurer. I am the coordinator for Tallahassee Community College.
Hi, I am Paula Sofia Gomez, and I have the privilege to serve as the International Student Recruitment and Admissions Coordinator at Florida A&M University.
And my name is Dr. Patrick Cannell. I'm the director of the Center for Intensive English Studies here at Florida State University. And I've been here for, over 20-something years now.
Thank you very much for introducing yourselves. And we're going to start with an overview of Tallahassee Community College. And Emily is going to take 7 minutes to make that presentation. Emily, the floor is yours.
All right. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, let's see here. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
All right. Today, we would like to share with you about the idea of studying in Florida and about the lesser known idea about studying at a community college and then transferring through the community college into the university, but also about the pathway into the community college using the ESL conditional pathway, which is where you can study English, go to the community college, and then go to the university. There's all these accessibility pathways we're going to talk about as well. This presentation is going to be unique because we are all colleges in one city. And we're going to present to you how we are very close-knit and how we can offer our services and our opportunities to you all in one city. You don't have to uproot yourself. You don't have to move. You can just get all of everything, your education all in one stop place. And in the United States, there are several cities like that where you can go to one place and you can get all of your education in one place like this. And so we're going to present to you how that works in a place like Florida. Let's go through this. My name is Emily Maurer, and I'm the coordinator for Tallahassee Community College, and I'm going to be presenting with Dr. Patrick Cannell, the director of Center for Intensive English Studies. And why study in Florida? Well, did you know that Florida is ranked #1 in the state for higher education, in the United States for higher education? Florida schools are among the top nation performers for quality education. And I want to show you a video about why we are #1. I think the sound, I don't know if you can hear the sound. Can you hear the sound? Yes? Okay, great. No? No? Okay.
I can't.
Okay, let's see. Let me go back. There we go. There we go. You can come to Florida, and there's a lot of advantages of coming to Florida to get your education. There's diversity. There's a lot of options. It's affordable. You can seek employment options here in Florida. Here in Florida, you can study at the capital city in Tallahassee. And Tallahassee happens to also be the college town central of Florida. Where there's over 10 colleges and universities here in Tallahassee. And here we're here to talk about Tallahassee Community College, Florida State University, and Florida A&M, all here in Tallahassee, Florida. And so we are a collegiate neighborhood. And I would like to have Dr. Kennel tell you a little bit about us, if he may.
Sure. Thank you, Emily. Yeah, what's great about studying in Florida, as Emily said, is our diversity, but also our friendliness. We're in the southern part of the United States, and this part of the United States is known for its hospitality and its friendliness and warmth. And that extends to you all coming here to study. We really value having international students in our state and at our universities. Now, within Tallahassee is not Miami, it's not Orlando, it's a much smaller city, and it's very safe and family friendly. Any parents that are listening to this will be reassured that Tallahassee is a very safe environment for your children, and it's very welcoming. We, among the universities here, Florida A&M and Florida State and Tallahassee Community College, really cooperate, and we know each other well. We have been to each other's campuses, and if I have a student at my intensive English program that needs to go or would like to go to TCC, I contact Emily, or I contact Paula at Florida A&M. Yeah, we're like a family. We support each other, we support our mission, and we all have the same commitment to our students, to our international students. We want you to experience the best time of your life here and get what you need to get your university degree and further your career. Thank you. So this is my center, the Center for Intensive English Studies. We've been here at FSU for over 40 years, and our mission is to prepare students to succeed in an academic environment. Again, either at Florida State, TCC, or FAMU. We get your English proficiency up as well as your cross-cultural communication skills. All our instruction in English is research-based. We're part of the graduate school. We're part of also the College of Education. I've taught many graduate classes there in second language acquisition. So all our approach to learning English as a second language is research-based. Our instructors all have at least a master's degree. Several have PhDs in this field. We've created our own textbooks that focus exactly on your needs in order to get into the university and succeed. So why choose CIS? One great reason, you don't have to take the TOEFL or IELTS if you come here. We have an agreement with Florida State, so if you complete our top level, our 8th level in advanced English, that meets the requirement for study for English at FSU. And we have an agreement with TCC as well, that if you complete our high intermediate level in all of your classes, that meets the language requirement that TCC offers or requires. And finally, again, like Tallahassee, CIS is like its own little family. We will help you find housing, we'll help you get settled. If you have children, we'll help you find schools for them. We'll help you find everything you need to be successful here, to focus on what you need to do to get your English up and move on to one of our great universities.
All right, and then when you're studying after English, you can move on to TCC because we have this pathway where you can study English and then move on to academic studies at Tallahassee Community College. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about Tallahassee Community College. Well, we were like FSU, we were also top ranked in the nation for community colleges. We're top 10 in the nation for community college excellence by the Aspen Prize Institute. We offer the 2+2 model, which is where you spend 2 years at the community college and then transfer to the university for your bachelor's degree. We have students from all over the world, 75 different countries. We cost considerably less than the university in tuition when you factor the overall cost of tuition. We have a low student faculty ratio, and we have over 30 clubs and organizations, as well as several resources on campus where you can tap into for your academic success. The model of the 2+2 is where you study 2 years at TCC and then 2 years at the university, and then get your 4-year bachelor's degree. That's called the 2+2 model. And it works where you get an associate's degree and a bachelor's degree. You get 2 degrees. And also you get 2 years of work experience after each degree level. So after your associate's degree, you're eligible for 12 months of work experience. And then you can transfer to the university and then get your 2-year, after 2 years, you can get your bachelor's degree and then get another year of work experience as well. So there are several advantages and benefits that you can utilize going through the community college route and utilizing the 2+2 model. We have several programs of study, 70 different areas and majors you can choose from, but a majority of our students do the AA degree. The cost of education is 50% less than half the cost of the university tuition for exactly the same kinds of classes. So in-state tuition is about $1,200 per semester for 4 classes. And for out-of-state tuition is $4,600 for out-of-state. And the reason why we mention in-state and out-of-state is because sometimes our students from West Africa take advantage of the Florida West Africa Linkage Institute, where out-of-state tuition is waived for in-state tuition. And so because of that program, they are able to get in-state tuition. So a lot of our students from these 16 different countries in West Africa take advantage of the Florida West Africa Linkage Institute program to get in-state tuition. 55% of our international students have received some form of scholarship or financial aid from TCC. The aid ranges anywhere between $200 to $11,500 in award money. $33 million have been awarded each year, and there are a variety of scholarships available, including housing, merit-based, honor society, transfer, linkage waiver, and athletics. So there's all kinds of scholarships out there in financial aid. The English requirements, as Patrick had mentioned, you can get the ESL conditional admissions pathway into TCC. IELTS is 5.5, TOEFL is 61. If you have English language proficiency waiver, forms of waivers, you can use that to get into TCC, or if you're bilingual, if you have bilingual proficiency from the high school, then you can also use that to get into TCC. Transferring from TCC to the university, about 80% of our F1 international students do transfer to a Florida university after TCC. Over half either go to FSU or FAMU. And so that's why we're here to talk about that pathway to FAMU and FSU. So just before we transfer you over to Paula and Patrick, FSU and FAMU, I want to talk about the benefits. The benefits of doing this model is the affordability, the flexibility, and the accessibility of doing this community college model. We are your pathway to success in Tallahassee, Florida. So if you need more information, please feel free to contact us. And I'd like to bring it over to Paula.
Thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen now. Make sure that the sound is there. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Emily. Hello, everyone. As I was saying, I'm Paula Sofia Gomez. I'm the International Student Recruitment and Admissions Coordinator at Florida A&M University. I have been working for FAMU for the past 5 years, and I am originally from Colombia. So I was also a few years ago an international student. I was on the other side of the screen. So I totally understand the excitement and the concern of the whole process. So Florida A&M University is a historical Black college university located in Tallahassee. As Emily was saying, we are a small town, college town. It is the 5th largest HBCU in the US by enrollment, and the only HBCU in Florida. We are also a member institution of the state university system. By the way, FAMU has been named the #1 public HBCU by the US News and World Report in 2021. And we also have a FAMU FSU College of Engineering program, and we earned the 2nd best spot in Florida. So it is a unique partnership with Florida State University. We welcome students from more than 75 countries, especially from the Sub-Saharan region. Currently we have students from Nigeria, from Ghana, and Ethiopia, And in the past, we have students from Cameroon, Kenya, Mozambique. And so we're part of the hashtag You Are Welcome Here campaign, which is a welcome message from the U.S. higher education to international students around the world to make sure that, you know, the FAMU is diverse, is safe, is friendly, and is committed to student development. Here is, I was saying, it's the third year in a row. We are on the top public institutions in the nation. Here's a map where we all located in Tallahassee. As we were saying, it's a very, everything is close by. Patrick was mentioning, we're not Miami, we're not Tampa, Orlando. We are up in the north and everything is closer. So we are just 17, 15 minutes away from each other. FAMU has a mobile app. You can download either on the App Store or Google Play, and you can follow us on social media. And if you want, you can take a virtual tour. It's super up to date. You can stay connected with all the news. Now we are in football season. FSU and FAMU are playing in different leagues, but we're all connected and following up the scores. I have a short video. I'm not going to play it all because of the time, but it's going to show you a little bit of the energy at FAMU. Again, we don't have enough time to show the whole video, but I will share the links. This is a picture of the main campus here in Tallahassee. It's been called one of the America's top colleges. Our colors are green from the agricultural plants and the orange from the Florida citrus industry. We were mentioned that we have 14 schools and colleges. Once you finish your A degree, you can transfer easily to FAMU. You can continue your education. The majority of students come and finish their degree either in engineering, computer science, nursing. So we offer pretty much all the majors, all the programs, except medicine and dentistry. But other than that, we highlight all of our majors. As I was mentioning, we are part of the hashtag You Are Welcome Here campaign. So our campus is very diverse. You can see students from all over the place. The majority of our students come from Nigeria, Ghana, from West Africa, and Saudi Arabia as well, and the Caribbean from Jamaica, St. Martin, the Bahamas, and also from Latin America. So you can interact and, you know, connect with all of them as well. We have an international student mentorship program that we've been doing for the past couple of years. This is a short video, so you can take a look.
And welcome again to the International Student Mentorship Program. You are all welcome here.
As a mentor and a mentee, use this opportunity to get to know that individual, to bounce ideas off of that individual, and to grow with that individual.
I'm very proud of you taking on this opportunity and coming to the United States to study. That is an incredible opportunity and gift for you, so cherish it and take full advantage of your experience here.
Last year, I was actually a mentee, and this year I'm now a mentor, so.
It's rare to find other Canadians, though, I've noticed. Favorite food, I like traditional food. I was born in Uganda, so my favorite food is called matoke.
Traditional food, we call it injera. It's eaten or famous in Eritrea and Ethiopia. I wish I could have some.
So all students that come can be part of this international student mentorship program, connect with other students. This year, we're doing a hybrid program. We have online workshops, but we also have face-to-face activities so you can get to know each other. And in the past, students have become really good friends. And that's what we want to offer in these kind of programs. We also encourage students to study abroad. If you're also interested to participate, there are short terms, one semester, a whole year to go abroad. And we have an expert that can help you navigate the whole process. The Ignite program is basically when you want to transfer from TCC or any other community college in Florida and come to FAMU, you have to make sure that you have 60 credit or more, that you have taken at TCC 60 credits or more, and your minimum GPA has to be 2.0. And you will need to apply online and submit your transcripts and your financial information just to make sure that you can cover your expenses for at least 12 months. There's an application fee, and there are some deadlines, one for May 1st, November 1st, and March 1st. And this is my last video.
I picked FAMU because of the school spirit. Because it's a family week. Strike with us. Strike with us. Strike with us. Strike with us. I chose FAMU because of our rich culture.
The only reason why you should choose FAMU is the #1 HBCU in the nation.
Strike with us!
I chose FAMU. I love FAMU. You should
strike with us!
And that would be all for me. Here.
Man, that's great, Paula. Makes me want to go to FAMU.
That's the point. That's the excitement that we want.
I want to transfer to FAMU.
You're welcome. Come here.
Strike.
Thank you very much for that great presentation. And I've also learned a lot. It was also a time for me just to learn. And Patrick, I know that you're the director for the Center of Intensive English, but can we also just touch a bit on the undergraduate and graduate programs offered at FSU?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. My center is we'll start with graduate, let's say, because my center is part of the graduate school, and we feed graduate students through CIS into all graduate programs here at Florida State. We have a very important policy here called conditional admission. And so what this is if the student meets all the academic requirements for a department, but they're missing, say, their English scores, they don't have their English, the department will admit them conditionally, meaning they'll give them a letter, an admission letter, and it will state that, okay, you are admitted to our program, but you have to attend CIES until you reach the required TOEFL score, or until you finish the top level, and then you move in. We have done this very successfully with various departments, and especially like the School of Communication, which they require 100 on the TOEFL. And so what they have done, we have an agreement with them where a student will be conditionally admitted. They'll come to us for the fall semester. And if they do well in our classes here, and they have a 90 on the TOEFL, not 100, but a 90, then they are automatically admitted and will start the program in January of that year. We've done that with over 100 students so far, and the statistics are really amazing. Out of 98% of the students all finished their degree, all received their master's degree, and all of them had a grade point average of over 3.5, actually 3.7 by the time they finish. So it's a very successful program for Florida State. So conditional admission for graduate students, but also undergrad. You know, we have that. To speak to the undergraduate, I'll be very frank. Florida State receives over 50,000 undergraduate applications a year. We accept, this year we had our highest undergraduate class, and that was 7,000 students. So over 50,000 applications, they'll accept 7,000. Frankly, it's really, really, really difficult to get into Florida State as an international undergraduate. So this is why, you know, we have these great programs. This is why it's really wonderful to work with TCC and with FAMU. Because what I tell my undergraduate students, especially those, well, I say we have this nice pathway with TCC and then turn around and come back. We have many hundreds of students who have taken that route. And they not only return to FSU or FAMU, get their bachelor's, then they'll continue on and get their graduate degree at Florida State as well. One important thing that Paula talked about, but I don't know if people really understand, is the College of Engineering. The College of Engineering is unique here because it's a joint college with Florida A&M University and Florida State, which is unique in the United States. So undergraduate can come to CIES, go into Florida A&M as an undergraduate into the engineering department and get exactly the same education in the College of Engineering because they're in the same classes as the Florida State engineering students, same professors, everything, because it's a joint college. So that's if you want to get into engineering, we have a fantastic engineering program here. I'm not sure what else. We are highly ranked university. We're in the top 20 now of all public universities in the United States. We're in the top 50 of all universities, public and private, in the United States, and we're reaching higher and higher and higher. So we're very excited about our future here, and we have 18 different colleges. The latest one was started last year of the College of Entrepreneurship. So if you're interested in business, we've got one of the top business colleges in the country here at Florida State. And the College of Entrepreneurship is very exciting. So if you're into engineering, business, the arts, music, the College of Music, and I could go on and on and on. It's a fantastic university.
Thank you very much. And that is such a high number of applicants, and then the number of students who are getting admitted is pretty low, very competitive school. But it's wonderful that these students have an option to consider. And at this point, I would like to just ask a few questions from Facebook, and then we're going to continue with our presentation. And again, just to thank everyone that is watching us and for sending us their questions. We are very grateful, and we want to engage with you, respond to your questions, and help you through the application process. One of the questions that we have is from Annie Salama Kwitonda. And the question that Annie has is, I want to apply to the university, but I don't know the process. Can you please direct me? Do you mind just giving us, in a nutshell, what the application process to your institutions look like?
Well, I'll go ahead and start, if I may. At TCC, you don't need any essays. You don't need any scores. In some cases, you don't need even TOEFL or IELTS scores if you do the ESL conditional pathway. So all we need is just high school transcripts, and then the other requirements for your visa. So
if I may continue. So the good part is that if you're already studying at TCC and you would like to transfer to FAMU, you will need to complete an online application. Basically, we ask information about yourself, about the major of interest, we ask some additional information, but it's very like simple. And then once you submit your application, we just need the transcripts from TCC. We evaluate that information, and we make sure that you completed minimum requirements. And again, we also ask for financial information to make sure that you have the minimum funds. And once you submit that, we can easily evaluate that. And in less than 24 or 48 hours, we can make a decision, and you can, transfer to FAMU easily.
Okay. As far as Florida State is concerned, it's similar to FAMU, since we are all public universities in the state of Florida. Going from TCC to FSU, it depends really on which program you want to go into. There are certain programs that are more rigorous, let's say, than others. And we really do look at your performance at TCC. You can't just go to TCC and hang out. You have to really work at it and get good grades if you're going to transfer. That's I know that for a fact, because one of my former students went to TCC, and he just got it back into FSU, but it was a struggle because he didn't do as well at TCC as he should have. He admitted he was a little lazy. So it's not just once you get into TCC, that's it. You can enjoy and move on to the university. No, you have to really work at TCC. And what's good about TCC is the classes are small, the teachers are really good, and they will prepare you, but it takes a partnership. You have to work at it, and then move on to FAMU and or Florida State. And yes, if you want to move into Florida State at the graduate level, that's a different issue. And I would greatly suggest, if you want to start a graduate degree, that you come to us at CIES for at least one session or two sessions, even if you have the English score, because we will help you with your intercultural communication. We will help you with the application process, writing a letter, statement of purpose, that sort of thing that you will need. So.
Thank you very much. And I have a follow-up question. Paula, you made mention about the minimum funds that a student needs to prove that they have. What is the minimum funds that a student is required to show? And maybe I'll ask Emily and Dr. Kenley the same question.
Sure. So all international applicants have to provide at least minimum $39,000. I know it sounds a lot. Normally what students do, they ask for a family member or their own savings, or they apply for scholarships to get to that amount. And as Emily was saying, they can also apply to the Florida Linkage Institute, which is also very competitive and grants scholarships. So could be, you can be considered from out of state to in-state tuition, which is less than that. It's around $27,000 for in-state tuition. So normally what students do is they apply to these, and they submit that scholarship as well as part of their admissions process. And when they are on campus, to facilitate their, either housing, transportation, and meals, they apply to work to different jobs on campus. As an international student, you can apply and work on campus for at least 20 hours per week. And it helps you like a lot, not only because you can develop some professional and personal skills, but also it's going to help you to pay either your tuition or your other expenses.
At Tallahassee Community College, our threshold is $23,850. So our threshold is only $23,000, about $23,000. And ours is much lower than the university. So when you come to Tallahassee Community College, you don't have to show as much as the university.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, the question is the $23,000. Does that include tuition, room, board, transport, meals? What does that include at a community college, Emily?
Yes, it includes health insurance. It includes out-of-state tuition for 1 year. It includes room and board, so like housing, all your meals, all your books, supplies. So it includes everything that you need to stay in the United States for 1 year. The average cost of living and studying in the United States for 1 year at Tallahassee Community College. So the cost for a student going to Tallahassee Community College is half the cost than the university. Ours is only 3, but if you go straight into the university, it's about 40.
Yeah. So, well, thank you for that. I asked because we're asking everybody as we go along, especially given the pandemic and the impact that it's had on a lot of economics for families, to be totally transparent. So sometimes people say 20,000, and then when we question, that's only tuition. It doesn't include everything else. So didn't want to put you on the spot, but
oh no,
I just
23,000 includes everything.
Okay.
Everything. But
right.
Of course, you know, students spend less than that. Somehow they spend less than that. In reality, you know, they get scholarships. They find cheaper rent. They live with their friends or family members, or you know, they somehow save much less than that.
Yeah. Okay. But on the I-20, it would give that amount.
Yes, on the I-20 for immigration purposes, they need to prove that much in some kind of statement that they have that much.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate the update. Thanks.
Clara, I put a link in the chat about FSU admission, and it's basically lays out the requirements and the cost as well. And it's about I think 38,000 for undergrad, 40 for grad. So like Emily was saying, about half again for FSU as TCC. As an option to get here, and if you need English or would like some brushing up on your English skills and intercultural communication to CIES, you only need to show $8,200, and that is for 2 semesters, or I mean 1 semester, 4 months of English instruction plus apartment, food, that sort of thing. So 8,200, and we can get you the I-20, and you can get over here. Same as like Paula said, you can also start working on campus up to 20 hours on the FSU campus if you're attending CIES. So you can get started with us, get a job, and then you know, figure out the scholarships as well while you're here, and then move on to either TCC or FAMU. So that's another option that you can take advantage of.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, Faith. Sorry, Nevlin, but I had to ask.
That's a perfect question. Thank you very much. All right, and the question that you have answered has answered the question, you've responded to has answered the questions that we have from students on Facebook about scholarships and about what is required in the application. So I'm gonna jump to this question. Are any Florida higher education institutions assisting with vaccinating international students? Are you running any vaccine clinics?
Yes, if I may reply to that one. Yeah, Florida A&M University has helped the community for the past, 18 months so far. Right now, well, since last year, our FAMU Back Stadium began hosting the walking COVID-19 testing site and providing 400 tests per day for free. We have provided the community with more than 400,000 tests for COVID. And we also launched the Protect the Family campaign to share important safety and reopening information with the community. And in March of this year, FAMU began offering vaccines to the community, international students, staff, professors, and we offered Pfizer and Moderna shots vaccines and the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccines. And the university is now offering up to $1 million in prizes to encourage students and employees to get vaccinated. So we've been on top of it. The rapid test is also available. You make an appointment through your cell phone or your laptop or computer, and then in less than 15 minutes, you go to the line and get tested. And in less than 30 minutes, you receive the results. So it's been pretty efficient, it's pretty fast. And we continue to serve the community and our neighbors as well.
Tallahassee Community College also works in reporting and contact tracing, as well as offer the clinics for vaccination. We offer employees and members of the community, as well as students, vaccination clinics at the Student Union from 11 to 3 p.m. Walk-ins are accepted. They can pre-register also. The vaccination clinic the registration is on our website. The previous vaccination clinics were held on September 10th, 13th, 14th, and 15th recently. So the next round of the vaccination clinics is reported on the website. So we are committed to keeping our campus safe and our members of our community, staff, faculty, and students healthy. And of course, we work with other campuses to coordinate efforts as well.
Yeah, all the universities, community colleges in Florida take this very seriously. You might read some things in the news about Florida and it's kind of relaxed approach to COVID, but at the universities, it's a different story. For example, at Florida State, in all buildings, masks are required. So I'm teaching my English classes wearing a mask. We follow the science, and mask work. I put a link in the chat to our website. It's called stayhealthy.fsu.edu. And if you look at that, you can see very clearly the FSU approach to this, which is, again, very similar to all the other universities. I must say FAMU has been a champion for the community, like Paula said. That's where I got my shot, honestly, because it was so quick and and convenient. Yeah, students are safe here. I get all my international students coming through. First thing we say is get them set up to get the vaccine, and they can get the vaccine not only at the universities, community college, but the local supermarkets. You can walk into the local supermarket. There's a table right there. You can get the vaccine. The local pharmacies and so on. It's really, really easy to get vaccinated here. So.
And all of our international students, they are helping other international students get the word about the clinics. They had a recent mask. They were handing out free masks to everybody on campus as a campaign to mask to have everybody wear masks. So the international students are some of the strongest advocates and proponents of mask wearing and vaccinations, getting people vaccinated here on our campus. And
that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We have another question from Facebook. The name of the student is Nicole Mvula. And Nicole says, hi, I did my diploma in biomedical science, and I would like to further my studies in this course on a degree level. Is it possible to apply? Is it possible for me to apply? If yes, will I be categorized as an undergraduate or postgraduate student? I think that is easy. And lastly, I'd love to know which of these universities, of the universities you represent, offers this course. Thank you. Biomedical science, she has a diploma and she would like to pursue that degree in one of your universities. Would any of your universities offer her that course?
Biomedical science?
Yes.
So she has a diploma or she has a high school diploma or a degree?
She has a college degree. So this is different. So in Africa, we have diplomas where you go to tertiary institution and you take either a 2-year or a 3-year diploma, but it's not a degree. So this person has already graduated high school. They go to an institution of higher education, but it's not to earn a 4-year degree. So I think it would be easier for me to compare it with an associate's degree in the United States.
Okay. So
I would say, oh, sorry, go ahead, Emmy.
No, go ahead, Paula.
No, I was about to say that it's hard to make an assessment without having all the transcripts. We normally encourage students to evaluate those transcripts course by course to make sure that we can, navigate the whole transcripts process. And she could be considered, or she could have amount of credits to be considered as an undergrad or a transfer student, or she could be considered already as a grad student. But normally we encourage students to evaluate those transcripts via one of the members of NACES, either Wes, Spantran, or any of those members are approved, so we can make a right assessment. What I will encourage the student to do is to reach out to us. I share my contact information here. I'm not sure if it's also shared on Facebook, but we can reach out and we can have a previous conversation before applying, just to make sure if she's an undergrad or a grad student.
Yes, and then if she ends up having less than 60 credit hours evaluated, under 60 credit hours, transferable to the university, she can start with Tallahassee Community College to get her credits up to the US equivalent of 60 credit hours. And then we can transfer her out to either FAMU or FSU into their related degrees in biomedical sciences.
Thank you very much.
And so, like, for example,
sorry?
So like, for example, biomedical sciences, if they wanted to do the degree at FSU, interdisciplinary medical sciences, clinical studies, they would need to have at least, for example, pre-calculus. If they don't have pre-calculus and trig on their transcripts, then they could do it here at Tallahassee Community College, just to fulfill those requirements needed to get into that program at FSU or FAMU.
We have another question on sports scholarships. Does any of your institution offer sports scholarships?
I can answer that. At Tallahassee Community College, we do offer housing scholarships and also the Betty Jensen Horizons International Student Scholarship for international students. So please apply to our scholarship portal when you're applying for the fall semester. The application opens in February for the portal. It opens up in February and the applications are due May 1st. So to be considered for the scholarships, you will have to be a international student that has already been accepted and also have ready to have the visa. So when you are ready to come in as an international student, then we can award the scholarship in June, usually June and July.
Yes, I was about to add that FAMU also offers athletic scholarships for international students. Normally, the coach is the one that finds the athletes, international athletes, and those students have to apply to FAMU, submit all the requirements, regular admissions requirements, and make sure that they get an admissions decisions as well. Scholarships could be 50% of the tuition and fees, or 75% could be covered by FAMU, but at some point could be 100%. So you have to be a really good athlete in order to get that full ride at FAMU. And you can also apply directly in our website, at www.famu.edu.
And I would say it's the same at Florida State. We've had several African students come and play basketball for us here. We've got a great basketball team, and they've come in on full scholarships. But again, that's very few and far between. You have to be one of the best.
Yes, we have different kinds of scholarships as well. Merit, athletic, honors. We have scholarships that are based on volunteer and service to the community, because we're a community college, you know. So there's a variety of scholarships that are available at TCC. You just have to apply through the scholarship portal, which is on our website.
Thank you very much. And I can see that we are on the top of the hour, but I would like to just have your thoughts on how your schools are managing COVID-19 as a wrap-up conversation. And I just want you to tell us, how is your school managing COVID after being open for a few weeks? And we'd like to know how you're managing COVID-19, because I know that our students and parents are watching, and they will watch this broadcast later on, and they're interested in finding out how COVID is being managed in your university. So maybe in 1 minute, you could share that piece of information with us.
Here at Tallahassee Community College, we are open for classes, but we are offering our classes in 3 modalities. Basically, one is in person. So a third of our classes are offered in person. A third of our classes are offered via Zoom. So synchronous Zoom live, like we're doing right now. And then the other third of classes are offered online. So those 3 modalities, 2/3 are online, and then we consider online, and then 1/3 is in person. So we are, in that sense, trying those 3 different modalities for offering our classes. We are very serious about COVID-19 and keeping our students healthy. and safe. We've restricted our classroom size to accommodate no more than 25 per classroom, and spacing distance, social distancing. We are aware of keeping that in consideration when we are considering space for our events. We're doing mostly events that are outdoors, even though they are still in person. For international students, we are doing hybrid events where a lot of our events are socially distanced, as well as outdoors and also virtual events. So for International Education Week, for example, we are doing World Trivia Night. That's going to be virtual. We're doing outdoor events. I think so. Paula is doing an event for Hispanic Heritage Month where she's going to be performing outdoors for our for one of our events here at TCC. We all collaborate together to make sure that when we are coordinating our events and doing things, we're keeping our students safe.
Yeah, and it's the same, again, at Florida State. Masks are required in all buildings. We highly encourage people, get vaccinated, get vaccinated, get vaccinated. There's no excuse for not getting vaccinated. It's very, very easy, it's free. And mask. My wife is a nurse. She's been working this whole time, never contracted COVID. Mask. She's masked up 8-12 hours a day. They work. And so, if we're going to go into a very closed environment, I wear the N95 mask, and so we do take it seriously. It works. The numbers are down. The numbers are going down. I talk to her every day about the numbers at the Tallahassee Memorial Hospital where she works, and the number of admits for COVID is in fact going down. So we are looking, hopefully by October, that we will have this herd immunity that we're striving for.
So at FAMU, as Emily was saying, we are offering, in our case, only face-to-face classes. I know there are some exceptions to do virtual classes, but 90% of the classes are face-to-face. We encourage and expect students and employees to get vaccinated and to mask up. We cannot obligate or make them wear the mask, but we encourage everyone to do it. And we are also, we monitor the CDC guidelines and we add accordingly to make sure that, because things change pretty quick, pretty fast. So we have to be on top of that information. So the administration at FAMU can provide the right information to the community. So
thank you very much. And for our parents and students that are watching, you can see that you are going to be very safe when you go to any of these institutions. And I think it's very important, that we continue, masking up and taking responsibility for ourselves. And we have with me